Hi, this is GIF Ransom, and in this segment we're going to examine how to hook up our art assets to use light maps using one of the Gamebryo supported art tools. I'm going to be demonstrating this in 3ds Max. Okay, to start off with, let's create a new object to add to the tutorial scene we saw a while ago. How about something fresh and exciting like a teapot? You never really can have enough of these in computer graphics demonstrations. So let's translate our teapot to 0, 0. Alright, and now we're going to open up the material editor. So move the toolbar over. Alright, the next step here is to add the Gamebryo material to the object. So we'll change the basic shader to the Gamebryo shader. Now scroll down to the custom shader, and we're going to add the light map material. This material comes with the global illumination package. So we hit apply. And now you'll notice we have a new map in the light map material custom attributes. It happens to be, by default, just a 1x1 black texture in the light map slot. And so it doesn't do anything by default, but you still need to have a texture there so that there's something for the UV maps to bind to and they don't get optimized out by the exporter. Okay, lastly, let's add a base map to give this object some color. So we have a few things that came with the global illumination package. Some basic boring textures. How about yellow? Don't let anyone tell you that programmers can't do art. Alright, we could have done this using the material colors. However, on some platforms the light map material doesn't support material and vertex colors, so you're always safe with a base texture. Alright, now that we've applied the material to the object, the next step is to add a UV set to it. So we select the object, go to its modifier list, and select Unwrap UVW. This will add a new UVW unwrapping to the object, and we'll go ahead and edit it. We'll go into face selection mode and do a select all. This will select all the faces of the teapot. And then use flatten mapping. We'll set the threshold to 60 degrees. Okay, now we see a reasonable unwrapping of our teapot. It's very important for light maps that there's no overlapping UVs. So you can get away with this with texture mapping if you have repeated areas. But with light maps you really shouldn't do it because each spot on the object has unique lighting information. Alright, now that that's set up, the only thing left to check is the map channel. This UV unwrapping has map channel 1. And if we go back to the material editor, and check our light map, just ensure that it's using map channel 1. Sometimes you'll use different channels. For instance, we could have used a different channel for the base map. Now that it's all set up, the only thing left to do is the export. So we go ahead and export our teapot along with the other NIFs. Make sure not to export cameras or lights. And other than that, hit OK. There we go. A few things you need to keep in mind. If there are two objects in a scene that share the same light map material, there is a distinct possibility that the meshes will be merged, and that can have disastrous results for your UV sets. So in this case you can do a number of things. There are a number of things documented to avoid this. One of the things you can do is actually share UV sets and just make sure that they're completely unwrapped among them, or tell the scene not to optimize these objects. See the docs for more information on that. Now that we've exported the object, the next step is to import it into our scene.